You like Castlevania, don't you?
If there's one thing Metal Gear fans love, it's coming up with wild theories. From everything is VR and nothing is real, to Chico didn't die, he grew up and got a sex change and now he's quiet. I wish I was kidding about that one. This series has spawned some of the craziest fan ideas in gaming. Today we're going to talk about a theory that isn't as wild as the Chico one, but might be as far-fetched. Or it might not be. What if Sniperwolf, the sharpshooter of Metal Gear Solid 1, wasn't just a random recruit of Foxhound, but might secretly be the daughter of Quiet and Venom Snake? So today we're going to dig into this theory and see whether it actually holds up. But before we start, hit like and subscribe. You don't want to miss the rest of our Metal Gear deep dives, now do you?
You're pretty good.
You're pretty good.
Full disclosure, this is not at all a theory that I came up with. I first saw this on Metal Gear forums maybe back in 2015, and it's pretty much all over the internet. You can easily find a post about it with a quick Google search. And it goes without saying, this video contains spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 1 and 5. Even though those came out ages ago, if you don't want any spoilers for them, please click away.
Snake!
Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's start with the basics. Metal Gear Solid 5 takes place in 1984. Venom Snake wakes up from his coma, fights XOF, and rebuilds Diamond Dogs. Meanwhile, the Shadow Moses incident, where Sniperwolf makes her infamous debut, happens in 2005. That's a 21-year gap. And we do know that Wolf was born sometime between 1976 and 1985, right after the Second Kurdish-Iraqi War. By the end of MGS5, we learn Venom Snake is actually not Naked Snake, but a medic, brainwashed to believe he's a legendary soldier. Also, Naked Snake himself was sterilized during nuclear tests at Bikini Atoll in 1954. Venom Snake, however, was fertile, at least until later parasite treatments. So for what it's worth, if any of Big Boss or Venom could father a child between 1975 and 1985, it would be Venom. Another reason fans like to latch onto this theory is that Kojima really went out of his way to build a romance between Quiet and Venom. Quiet helps Venom in battle, sneaks onto his missions, and even gives him a birthday crate of cigars. Then there are the intimate cutscenes. Quiet showers with Venom, they playfully splash each other in the rain, and when she's tortured, Venom personally carries her to safety. All this high school lovey-dovey stuff. By the end of the game, Quiet even breaks her vow of silence to save Venom from dying in the desert.
Again, I cannot copy. Can you repeat in English?
The boss is with me.
And? Wait, who is this? Identify yourself.
There's no time. Hurry!
And in her farewell audio tape, she basically confesses her feelings before walking away. Many fans believe that Quiet and Venom's relationship went further than the game ever shows us, and that sometime before her capture by the Soviets, Quiet became pregnant. Venom believed he was sterile. Quiet probably didn't consider herself capable of carrying a child due to her altered biology, and Kojima leaves just enough gaps for fans to imagine what would have happened off screen.
To your 10 o'clock.
Understood.
Come back towards your 1 o'clock.
Copy. 1 o'clock.
Shift slightly to your left. Now proceed straight. 1.5.
According to the theory, after leaving Afghanistan, Quiet would have crossed Iran and eventually ended up in Iraqi Kurdistan, a region far away from English speakers. There she gives birth to a child, Sniperwolf. What's even more interesting is the timeline lines up perfectly. A child born in 1985 would be in her early 20s by the Shadow Moses incident in 2005. And as for Sniperwolf's backstory, she's said to have been born in Kurdistan, orphaned by war and raised by an adoptive family. That matches the theory exactly. Quiet dies of her parasite infection, and Wolf is left behind. Her obsession with Big Boss also makes sense under this lens. If Quiet told her daughter that her father was Big Boss, not realizing Venom wasn't the original, it explains why Sniperwolf idolizes Big Boss from afar. Even the way Foxhound treats her is suspicious. Liquid shows her more respect than the other members, while Ocelot, who almost certainly knew the truth about Venom, gives her subtle deference. It's exactly what you'd expect if she carried Big Boss's legacy without even knowing it. Of course, even fans who like this theory admit that there's a genetic problem. Quiet has brown hair and eyes, Venom has reddish brown hair and green eyes, Sniperwolf, blonde hair, green eyes. Where did the blonde come from? Explanations range from trauma-induced hair whitening to parasite mutations to Wolf simply dyeing it herself. Let's be honest, in a series where genetics only matter when it's thematically convenient, this is hardly the biggest stretch. Also, it is a bit out of the blue to consider that she thinks Big Boss is her father. She never really mentions that. She does say that Saladin found her, and she thinks Snake is him. Solid Snake in this situation. Obviously they look the same, but she doesn't explicitly say she thinks that Big Boss is her dad. So this is where the theory kind of goes off the rails. Another thought here is that Sniperwolf mentions that Saladin saved her, referring to Big Boss. But do we know for sure that it was Big Boss and it wasn't Venom that actually saved her? This doesn't really tie into the theory, but did Venom save her? And if so, why? It wouldn't be too far-fetched to say that Venom saved her and not Big Boss. He was more active in that region at the time. And as far as the reveal in MGS5 that Venom isn't Big Boss, it kind of throws the whole timeline into weird disarray, so nobody really knows. So is Sniperwolf really the daughter of Quiet and Venom? Canonically, probably not. But as a fan theory, it's one of the most compelling the Metal Gear community has ever come up with, at least to me. The timelines match, the emotional arcs connect, Venom being unknowingly fertile, and thematically it feels like exactly the kind of hidden tragedy that Kojima would write into MGS. But what do you think? Is this theory just a fan's overactive imagination? Or could Kojima have left us a breadcrumb trail on purpose? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives.